Have you ever considered that the most harmful things in your daily routine might not be obvious? We often think of major threats like smoking, serious illness, or a traumatic accident when we talk about what shortens life. But the reality is, it's often the small, quiet habits that creep in with age and do the most harm over time. Even more surprising, many of these harmful patterns aren't even on most people's radar. In today's video, we'll take a close look at 8 common habits that silently chip away at your health and shorten your lifespan. You've probably heard about the dangers of sleep deprivation or poor diet, and yes, we'll touch on those. But what ranks at the top of this list may truly surprise you. It's something deeply personal, something people often carry for decades without realizing the toll it's taking. Stick with us to the end, because we're not just highlighting the problems. We're offering simple, practical steps you can take today to protect your energy, your relationships, and your long-term health. Let's get started. Number 1. Suppressing your emotions. Why staying silent can hurt more than speaking up. You may not realize it, but unspoken feelings, anger, grief, fear, can take a real toll on your physical health. Pretending everything is fine when it isn't, pushing down sadness, or swallowing stress doesn't make those emotions disappear. Instead, they build up internally and trigger stress responses in your body. High blood pressure, inflammation, poor sleep, and even immune issues. Over time, this kind of emotional bottling can contribute to chronic fatigue, ulcers, heart problems, and memory decline. And because the damage happens gradually, most people never connect the dots until something in their body gives out. Many of us were raised to keep things inside. Especially in older generations, emotions were often viewed as signs of weakness. But modern research says otherwise. Emotional honesty is not weakness. It's a health strategy. I once spoke with Thomas, a 79-year-old widower who lost his wife after nearly 5 decades. He never cried, never talked about it, and simply told people he was managing. Within months, he began experiencing insomnia, headaches, and digestive problems. It wasn't until his daughter encouraged him to attend a grief group that things changed. I didn't realize how heavy it was until I finally said it out loud, he told me. Speaking gave me back a part of myself. And it's not just grief. Everyday stress, resentment, fear, or regret, when these emotions have no outlet, they keep your nervous system on high alert, interrupting sleep, slowing healing, and aging you from the inside out. What can you do? Start by noticing. When something upsets you, don't dismiss it. Write it down, talk to a friend. Even 10 minutes of reflection can ease your internal stress. Emotional expression doesn't make you less strong. It makes you whole, and that wholeness can add years to your life. Number 2. Letting relationships fade. How disconnection drains years from your life. One of the most powerful predictors of long life isn't your cholesterol level or even your exercise routine. It's the quality of your connections. The people you feel close to, the ones who ask how you're doing and wait for the real answer. As we grow older, relationships can quietly slip away. Friends move, loved ones pass, families get busy. Before long, more time is spent alone than in meaningful company. That creeping isolation, whether emotional or physical, is more dangerous than most people realize. Chronic loneliness has been shown to increase the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. In fact, researchers now compare the health impact of long-term loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And here's what's tricky. You don't have to live alone to feel lonely. Loneliness is not just about being by yourself. It's about feeling unseen or unheard. I remember Dorothy, a 73-year-old who lived in a friendly neighborhood and saw her kids every few weeks. People say hi, she told me, but no one really asks about my day. Not in a way that makes me feel like I matter. She didn't want to be a burden, so she kept conversations light and brief. It wasn't until she joined a weekly volunteer group at the library that she started to feel genuinely connected again. Her mood lifted. She started laughing more. Even her sleep improved. You don't need a huge social circle to reap the health benefits of connection. Even one person who knows your story, listens, and cares can offer the support your nervous system craves. So what can you do? Start small. Reach out to someone you've lost touch with, an old friend, a cousin, a neighbor. Write a note, make a phone call, join a class, group, or even an online community that shares your interests. Yes, it might feel a little awkward at first, but those steps are how reconnection begins. Because connection isn't just comforting, it's medicinal. It lowers stress hormones, reduces inflammation, and strengthens your immune system. And the more you nurture it, the more life it gives back. If you found this video helpful so far, comment number 2 below to let us know you're still here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly health videos. Now, let's keep going. Number 3, staying up late night after night. How bedtime habits slowly age your body. You've probably heard that sleep is important, but many people don't realize how much damage is caused by consistently going to bed too late. One late night isn't a problem, but when it becomes a pattern, it silently undermines your health. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that signals when to rest, repair, and reset. When you ignore that clock and push sleep later and later, you throw off everything from hormone levels and immune function to memory and mood. I once met Dennis, 74, who used to say, "Sleep's for when I'm dead." He stayed up past midnight reading news, watching shows, playing online games. Over time, he developed chronic fatigue and was later diagnosed with heart issues, connected to years of sleep disruption. Why pushing bedtime back can push your health downhill. When you stay up late regularly, you're not just missing out on sleep, you're missing out on your body's most vital hours of repair. Deep, early night sleep helps regulate blood sugar, repair cells, balance hormones, and clear waste from the brain. Without it, damage accumulates quietly. You might think, I still get enough sleep if I go to bed at 1 a.m. But timing matters. The later your bedtime, the more your body's natural rhythms fall out of sync, and that puts stress on your heart, your metabolism, and even your memory. And the fix doesn't have to be drastic. Start by shifting your bedtime 15 minutes earlier. Dim your lights in the evening. Shut down screens an hour before bed. Try a warm drink and calming music instead. Your body is wired for sleep. It just needs your cooperation. When you honor your need for rest, your body responds with better energy, clearer thinking, and a stronger immune system. Sleep is not wasted time, it's life-extending time. Number 4, skipping regular health checkups. Why feeling fine can be misleading. It's easy to think that if nothing hurts, everything's fine. But many of the most serious health issues in older adults, high blood pressure, diabetes, certain cancers, start silently. By the time symptoms show up, the condition may already be advanced. Routine checkups are your early warning system. A 15-minute test might catch something when it's still simple to treat, before it turns into a bigger threat. I once met Bob, 73 years old, who hadn't seen a doctor in over a decade. "Hospitals aren't for me," he said. But one afternoon, while walking his dog, he passed out. Emergency tests revealed undiagnosed diabetes and dangerously low blood pressure. He recovered, but the delay made things harder than they had to be. Regular appointments aren't just about disease. They're about peace of mind. A quick blood test can reassure you. An eye exam could prevent a dangerous fall. A heart scan might uncover risks you can address early. And checkups aren't just for your sake. They're a form of love. When you take care of your health, you're also caring for the people who depend on you. Your spouse, your family, your friends. So don't wait until something's wrong. Prevention may be quiet, but so is danger. A missed checkup could cost more than you think. Number 5, sitting for long periods each day. Why stillness, even with exercise, can be harmful. Many people believe that if they go for a walk or hit the gym, they've done their part for the day. But long stretches of sitting, whether in front of the TV, at the kitchen table, or reading in a recliner, can quietly wear down your health, even if you move once a day. When you sit for hours, especially without breaks, your circulation slows, your metabolism drops, and inflammation increases. Over time, that can lead to a higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, blood clots, and even cognitive decline. The solution? You don't have to overhaul your lifestyle. Just add movement in small ways. Stand up every hour, stretch your arms, do a few heel raises while brushing your teeth. Walk around the house during commercials. Also, rethink the spaces that keep you sedentary. Your favorite chair may be comfortable, but if you sit there for most of the day, it may be silently draining your energy and mobility. Simple rule: after each meal, take a few steps. These micro movements add up, improving blood flow, reducing stiffness, and keeping your muscles engaged. Movement isn't about youth or intensity, it's about longevity. And every time you move, you cast a vote for staying in the game. Number 6. Eating without paying attention. How distraction at meals can lead to long-term health issues. Eating used to be an intentional activity. We sat at the table, we focused on the meal. But now, meals often happen in front of a screen, with the TV on, a phone in hand, or our minds elsewhere. When eating becomes background noise, we stop noticing what we're doing. That leads to faster chewing, swallowing more air, eating more than we need, and failing to register fullness. Over time, this mindless eating can lead to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, digestive problems, and emotional disconnection from our food. I once met Anna, 73, who couldn't figure out why she was gaining weight despite eating mostly healthy meals. After a little reflection, she realized she'd developed the habit of eating every meal in front of the television. "I don't even remember tasting half of it," she said. When she began eating at the table again, without distraction, she ate slower, felt full sooner, and began losing weight without changing the food itself. Try this. Pause and look at your meal before starting. Chew slowly and put your fork down between bites. Ask yourself halfway through, am I still hungry? Turn off the TV, silence your phone, and enjoy the quiet. Mindful eating doesn't just help digestion, it tells your brain and body that you matter, that your health is worth paying attention to. Number 7. Living with constant background noise. How everyday sound can wear down your health. You might not think of noise as a health issue, but constant background sound, the TV running all day, traffic outside, humming appliances, can quietly keep your body in a state of tension. Even if you don't consciously notice the noise, your brain does. Chronic exposure to sound keeps your nervous system partially activated, like an engine running in idle. This raises your heart rate, increases blood pressure, disrupts sleep, and builds a slow, steady layer of stress in your body. I once met Ray, 78, who kept the TV on all day for company. He wasn't really watching it, he just liked the sound. But over time, he began having tension headaches, poor sleep, and trouble focusing. Doctors couldn't find anything specific wrong. Then one evening, a storm knocked the power out. It was his first true silence in years. "I didn't realize how much my head needed that," he said. After that, he began turning the TV off for a few hours each day. His sleep improved. His blood pressure dropped. He even picked up reading again, something he hadn't enjoyed in a long time. Noise doesn't have to be loud to be harmful. It just has to be constant. Without breaks, your brain never fully resets. That's why intentional quiet time is essential for healing and balance. Try this. Choose 1 hour a day to turn off everything: TV, phone, music. Step outside and listen to natural sounds. Birds, breeze, your own breath. Let the quiet tell your body it's safe, it can relax. Just like muscles need rest after exercise, your nervous system needs recovery from sound. And making space for silence, even a little, helps restore focus, calm, and overall health. Number 8. Too much light at night. Why artificial light can confuse your body and shorten your sleep. Leaving a hallway light on, falling asleep with the TV glowing, using bright overhead lights late into the evening. These seem harmless, but over time they can deeply disrupt your body's natural rhythm and your health. Your body runs on a circadian clock. It relies on light cues to know when to wind down and when to heal. Bright, artificial light, especially blue light from screens, tells your brain it's still daytime. That delays melatonin production, weakens sleep quality, and throws off hormone balance. This disruption has been linked to increased risks of diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and even certain cancers. Not because of the light itself, but because of how it blocks your body's ability to reset properly each night. To protect your sleep, dim lights an hour before bed, use warm-tone bulbs in the evening, avoid screens, or use blue light filters. Keep your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible. If needed, use red or amber nightlights, not blue or white. Now that you've seen the list, you might be surprised by which habits ranked higher or lower. Many people assume late bedtimes or skipping checkups are the biggest culprits. But often, it's the quiet, invisible patterns, like repressed emotions, chronic background noise, or a steady stream of artificial light, that wear us down the most. The most important takeaway is this: Every one of these habits is changeable. And change doesn't require massive overhaul. It starts with small, consistent shifts. Here's a quick recap of the 8 habits quietly shortening your life. Suppressing your emotions. Stress builds up and weakens the body. Losing meaningful connections. Isolation increases illness risk. Staying up late regularly disrupts healing and immune function. Skipping checkups delays early detection of serious issues. Sitting too long slows metabolism and circulation. Eating distractedly contributes to weight gain and poor digestion. Living in constant noise keeps the body in a state of low-level stress. Exposing yourself to light at night interferes with sleep and hormones. Each one may seem small on its own, but over time these habits quietly chip away at your health, resilience, and quality of life. The good news? You have the power to start reversing them today. What can you do right now? Start with just one habit. Ask yourself, could I go to bed 20 minutes earlier this week? Is there someone I could call or reconnect with? Can I eat one meal a day without any screens or distractions? Would it help to dim the lights an hour before bed? You don't need to tackle everything at once. Pick the area that resonates with you most, the one that felt a little too familiar, and begin there. Even the smallest adjustment, if repeated, can bring real healing over time. And don't wait for a crisis to make these changes. The goal isn't just to avoid illness, it's to build a life that feels better every day. With more energy, more connection, more clarity. You deserve more than a long life. You deserve a good one. Longevity means little if it's spent tired, disconnected, or in discomfort. But when you take care of these often overlooked parts of daily life, you're not just adding years, you're adding quality to those years. You deserve mornings where you wake up rested. Meals that nourish both body and soul. Evenings filled with calm, and days that include laughter and real connection. These 8 habits may have quietly taken from you for years. But now you see them. And that awareness gives you the power to take your time and health back. As we close out this video, take a quiet moment to reflect. Which of these 8 habits have slipped into your life without notice? Was it staying up late, letting relationships fade, or maybe keeping the TV on just for background noise? Sometimes it's not the obvious things that wear us down. It's the ones we've accepted as normal, the emotional habits, the forgotten checkups, the quiet tension of a life lived on autopilot. But now you're aware. And awareness is powerful, because the moment you recognize what's been silently draining your energy or health, you can begin to reclaim it. These habits aren't permanent. You're not stuck with them, and you don't need to make massive changes overnight. Start with one small step. Send that text to someone you've lost touch with. Dim your lights a bit earlier tonight. Eat lunch without your phone tomorrow. Get up and stretch every hour for 5 minutes. Make the doctor's appointment you've been putting off. Each of these tiny acts is a signal to your body and mind. I'm showing up for my life. And when you do, your body responds. With better sleep, more focus, lighter moods, and renewed strength. A long life is a gift. But a fulfilling life, one filled with clarity, connection, and purpose, is what we truly seek. These 8 habits may have been stealing from your future without permission. But now that you see them, you can stop them and start choosing what nourishes you instead. You're not too late, you're not too old, you're right on time. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you for being here. Please share in the comments which habit stood out to you the most, or what small change are you planning to try this week. Your story might inspire someone else. Your voice might help someone else feel less alone. And your action, no matter how small, can start something powerful. If this video helped you see something differently, please give it a like, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, encourages, and empowers people just like you to take control of their health, one mindful step at a time. Thank you for watching. We're honored to be part of your journey toward a longer, stronger, and more joyful life. We'll see you in the next video.